Hello children, how are all of you? This is the first video for your 7th chapter of SST United Nations. So what we are going to study in this chapter? Here is a list of the topic. How UN came into existence, that means United Nations organization came into existence, about its members, then what are the principles and objectives of United Nations, what are its different organs, different agencies. Agencies means how United Nations work for each and every living being. Then what are its achievements after its formation in 1945 and how are the relations of India with the United Nations organization. So let's start with the first topic, that is birth of United Nations. Children, world suffered First World War from 1914 to 1918. During the World War, millions of men, women, children, they lost their life. Crores of property was lost. Crores of property was lost. Everywhere there was destruction. Everywhere there were dead bodies. So, after the World War, countries realized about the futility of war. Futility of war means the destruction the war causes at the world level, and wars are totally useless. Nobody can be successful through the world wars. So, and a League of Nations was formed. League of Nations means an organization which works at the world level for the peace and security. But again, Second World War happened, and Second World War was from 1939 to 1945. So after the Second World War, when in such an organization with an idea of peace and security of each and every living being at the world level was thought, then the word UN, United Nations Organization, came into the mind of President of United States, Mr. Franklin D. Roosevelt. So he iconed the word United Nation. And at that time, that means on the day of 24th October 1945, UN Charter. Charter means again where principles and objectives and what to do, what not to do, that was signed by 50 countries on that particular day. That means 24th October 1945. That is why this day is celebrated as United Nations Day. And the total member countries of United Nations Organization are 193. So, how United Nations Organization took birth after Second World War to maintain the peace at the world level, this organization was formed. Now we come to the UN flag. Because it's an organization, so there must be a flag for the organization. So this is the symbol of United Nations flag. In the center of the circle, there is a word map which indicates that, or which represents all the people and countries of the world. The color is white and blue. White and blue is the official color of United Nations, and its size of the UN flag is the emblem which you can see on the screen. It is half the width of the flag itself. And these are the olive branches. I just show you these olive branches. Olive branches symbolizes peace. These two olive branches, these are symbol of the peace. Okay. Now we come to the membership of the United Nations. That means which country can become United Nations member. Now children, when United Nations is working for the peace, so whichever country joins the cause of the peace and accept the goals of the UN Charter, that means whatever is written there, that country accepts that country can become its member, irrespective of whether the country is large, small, poor country or a rich country, whatever its political scenario, its cultural scenario, its number of the people of that country, like China and India, they are having the maximum population. whether the land area is small or big, any country which wants to work towards the peace of the world can become its members. Now we come to the principles of United Nations. Equality of member countries, settling international disputes peacefully. That means every country is equal. Equality of member country means every country is equal. Whosoever is the member of United Nations is equal. Then international dispute, that means every country will contribute towards the, if two countries are having disputes, so every country has a right to contribute for setting out the international disputes if those two countries are willing. Then no country is allowed to use any kind of threat or force against any other country, and those country must be the member. Then for the cooperation of the United Nations Charter, that means to work for the welfare of living beings. Now what are its objectives? We can categorize objectives of United Nations in 4 categories. Maintenance, encourage, promote and pacify. That means maintain world peace, the first thing, and good relation among and between different countries, to encourage the cooperation to solve social, cultural, economic, humanitarian problems at an international level. Not only the peace but overall growth and success for living beings. To promote respect for the human rights and freedom. Human rights and freedom means every individual is born free and we have no right to keep any individual as a bonded labor, as a slave. So every country and every human being has to respect human rights and freedom. Pacify, that means to pacify the activities of various countries by coming together as a common platform for achieving the goal on the United Nation. Goals of the United Nation. Its on word is wrong here. It should be off. Here it should be off. So every country has to do such activities so that the United Nations organization's goal can be achieved. Now, next topic is what are the organs of United Nations. As you can see on your screen, there are 6 organs: General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, Secretariat and International Court of Justice. Among these 6 members, the 4th one is, that means this one, the Trusteeship Council. It is not functional anymore. This Trusteeship Council was formed to look after 11 regions which were not independent at that time when United Nations organization was formed. So it is not functional anymore. Now in this video I am going to cover first 2 organs, that means the General Assembly and the Security Council. So now let's move to General Assembly. This you can see, the General Assembly meeting is going on. This meeting is held once in a year in the month of September, and the General Assembly is like World Parliament. Here children, you can see this black monitor. Yes 119, no 8 and abstain 45. That means here I have written every member has 1 vote and permanent members are having veto power. Permanent members are having veto power. That means when a resolution is passed in the World Parliament, that means in the General Assembly, if a resolution is passed, then the permanent members that I will explain in the next slide, that means Security Council. So those permanent members are, every member is having a vote. First of all, every member is having a vote. So here, if a resolution is passed, the 119 members have passed in the favor of, they have voted in the favor of that resolution, and 8 members are not in favor of that resolution, and 45 members have, means they have not voted. They have not voted, neither yes nor no. So it's like a word parliament. Its headquarters is in New York, and once in a year they meet and every member has one vote. Okay. So next is the Security Council. As the word Security Council tells us that its role is to look after international peace and security. Like for every country, we are having our own security system. Police system is there. I should say, we are having courts, law, justice. So in the same way, Security Council, International Peace and Security, total members till today are 15. 10 members are elected for a term of 2 years, and after that again election, and 5 members are permanent, and the permanent members are Russia, China, France, UK and USA. And the permanent members have veto power. Veto power means if I want to say what is a veto power, that means if a resolution is passed that these particular permanent members, they can either they can stop the passing of that resolution by using that power, but there are again certain rules and regulation to use that veto power even for the permanent members. And this veto power was introduced in the UN Charter after the League of Nations, which was formed after First World War. So because all the members like Russia, China, France, UK, USA, these are powerful countries. So these powerful countries, this veto power stops these powerful countries to stand against each other and to follow the goals of UN Charter in a very smooth and safe way. That is why this veto power is there. So children, this is the first video for this particular chapter, the United Nations. Okay. So listen it carefully. Bye.